Okay, wet my brush. So this is white, cerulean blue, and phthalo blue. Now we covered with a wash of ultramarine violet. And I'm going to take cerulean, white cerulean, and then some phthalo, mix them together. Nice. Oh, that's a beautiful color. Don't worry about the clouds. We'll put them on after. So the white I picked up when I was picking up some color on my brush. The white gives me that kind of a beautiful color over here. That variation that looks like a cloud. So the sky is not too flat. Okay. Now, the more I go down, the lighter the color is going to be. So I'm going to take a bit of more phthalo, put white in it. Don't worry even if you get some white on your canvas, that's okay. Just it will give the sky some beautiful variation of from dark to light. It gives it like a hint of clouds in the back. Okay, we're gonna go really light in here. And I'm going to start adding ultramarine violet. Clean my brush, wipe my brush a bit. Pick up some ultramarine violet with my blue and white when I get to this part. It will help when I start putting clouds in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Soft edge. This is ultramarine violet and white. And then we'll go back up to blues and white. But for this section here, this grayish ultramarine violet will look really nice. Okay, now let's go back to cerulean, white cerulean, and phthalo. This is a clean brush. Just want to be able to, there. I'm just blending colors in here. Okay. Darken. The more I go up, the darker the sky is. So there we go. What I'm seeing. So it's ultramarine violet and white, and it's not, the white is not too strong, so I don't want the white to look like it's taking over. And really simplify the sky and the clouds. The clouds will give the sky this kind of, or windy kind of day. It's good for sailing.
Mhm.
It's around, I'm using a round brush.
What did you use? Ultramarine violet and white?
Yeah, just ultramarine violet and white.
Mhm.
So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of using a, my color is not that thick. So I'm kind of using a glazed kind of, at least for the first layer. And then I'll go over, because this part had more blue in it. This part had a really good base of ultramarine violet and white. So now I'm using, now I'm putting a lot more thicker, actually. Okay, good. Bit more white into my ultramarine violet. Bring some white in. Now, let's take some of this ultramarine violet and white, but darken your ultramarine, like really darken your color. More, let's see, more of, and use a glaze so your color is not that thick. Round brush, and just go over and skimming that top. A bit more. It will dry darker, so it's perfect. Just stir. Jeez. Just see.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I don't
Not
know.
coughing, is he?
Sneezing, coughing, sneezing. I don't know.
Probably chewing on something that he shouldn't.
Indeed, true. Man, no, I don't think so.
You didn't get new toss cushions or anything, did you?
Did I what?
You didn't get any new throw cushions or anything, did you?
No, no. I was just sitting here. All right, now I'm going to take a bit of cerulean and white, mix it, put it in the mixture of the ultramarine violet and white, and come over here and soften a bit some of that ultramarine violet and white that I have before with a kind of a dry brush, more like a glaze. It will soften the sky. I'm using an old brush, so now I'm just putting a bit more white in here. And then there. This is just a glaze of white and a bit of ultramarine violet. Okay. So this is yellow ochre, and then we have cerulean blue and ultramarine violet. I'm going to mix them to get the color of the mountain in the background. Ultramarine violet will darken my green and make it more earthy. It is already an earthy color because of the yellow ochre, but still. I like to add a bit of cerulean in the mountains too, because that's, first of all, it will connect the sky with the sea, right? So it's not like blue, green, blue. It has some of that color of the sky in the mountain.
Lael, did you say you're using green color or you're just using the yellow ochre to make it green?
Yellow ochre.
I'm using yellow ochre with cerulean blue and ultramarine violet. And then while I'm painting this color, I'm picking up some of the cerulean blue, more cerulean blue in my green. That's what I'm doing. A bit of more cerulean, and I'm putting that color cerulean in certain areas, not the whole mountain. You know, you look at it and you see some blue, dark blue, and then you see some dark green. So it's not all the same color. I don't know if I answered your question, but I would like some blue.
That's fine. I just didn't hear.
I'm just adding some blue in my green. So it's more like a bluish green.
Mhm.
And sometimes, you know, this is more of a bluish green. Now I'm going to take a bit of ultramarine, yellow ochre, put it in. And now I have a little bit more of a dark green, like earthy green. Okay, now let's take a bit more of the yellow ochre, and then just add a bit of yellow ochre in here. We might have to, once it's dry, we might have to put a glaze over this to push it back.
Mhm.
But we'll see how it goes. Now I'm adding yellow ochre over this. The reason I'm doing this is just because I don't want this back portion to look like it's sea. It's a big wave. I want it to look like land.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do anything right now over this. I'm not going to glaze it or push it back or do anything until I put the green of the sea or the blue of the sea. So this way I can gauge how much, if I need to do anything. I can see a bit of little kind of dots of white because these are houses. Not sure I want to put these, but we'll see. This is a minor detail and it's a detail, so it has to wait. We have to wait until the end. By the time we put the sail, the boat, the waves, we can adjust this part at that point. All right, so we have cerulean blue and phthalo blue and I have a big round brush. I put a bit of water in here, so my color is not that thick. This is just the first, kind of the first layer, and I know it's very dark, but that's okay. And that's why I don't want my color to be thick. I want to see some movement in this water. Can you see that when you don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like already the water is moving. And what I'm doing is I'm going in with the movement. See,
Mhm.
like that. And don't worry about the boat. We can paint over it, the blue, when we get there. So I have a movement that goes up this way, and then it goes the other way around, opposite from here. There. And I'm just adding a bit of white in here. I don't have to do this. We don't have to do this now. It's just fun to see how it's going to look. Good. Excellent. It's going to look really good.
My sky is pretty bad, but
Let it dry and then just fix it a bit if you want.
yeah, try and.
It has to dry a bit before.
It's
Finding
Because
my
now,
I'm
Not
finding
good
my
looking.
horizon is very not straight, like it's on a curve. Should it be straight?
no, it should be
No,
on a
it's
curve.
not. Yeah.
It should be on a curve. That what gives the water the feel of the movement of the sea.
Mhm.
It is on a curve. Mine is on a curve. See, it's not. It's higher here and lower here.
But is it straight across? Because mine goes like a curve. Should it be straight? Like, should you be able to put a ruler and have it be straight even though it's on a slant?
Oh.
Oh, just 1 minute.